Carlos Contreras Legaspi for ESPN from Mexico City with Christian Tetzpa, UFC Mexico's correspondent. Christian, the UFC is back in Mexico City for the first time since September 2019, and right now it's we have 20 Mexican-born fighters in the UFC roster. It's the first time that happened. What do you think, besides of that, what do you think is different from the last time?
Yeah, 11 of these 20 fighters are going to be on this card, and just Brandon Moreno and Yair Rodriguez had fought in Mexico City.
Yeah, because they were on the 2019 card, but the rest of them are coming from Contender Series or have signed recently, especially with Luis Ronaldo Rodriguez, who is going to be fighting for the first time in the UFC. He just got signed, and he's the 20th Mexican fighter. It's going to be like a great atmosphere, a lot of support, obviously, for the Mexicans.
Yeah, also we have a lot of prospects. We have like Jasmine Jauregui, Manuel Loco Torres, Christian Quiñones. So I think that it's going to be a great card for all the world to see all the Mexican prospects.
Yes, we will also have Sel Huber, a bunch of flyweights also competing, coming from Mexico. So you've been on the ground, like working the last couple of weeks, going to Puebla, where some of the fighters were doing their camp, to the state of Mexico, but because it's not only the Mexicans that did the altitude training. Some of the fighters from abroad came and tried to train a couple of weeks before. So, from what you talk to them, what you hear from them, how important is the elevation, the altitude training for this card on Saturday?
Very important. For Brandon Moreno, was very important to be here like 3-4 weeks before the fight, and he was with Diego Lopez and Alessandro Costa, also with people for the card like the Venezuelan Eric Silva and the Peruvian Claudio Puelles. And for Yair Rodriguez, it's different because he's too used to work in his cardio workouts, so he likes to run, to ride bicycles, to swim in the altitude. So this is very difficult thing to do.
Even when Yair is fighting in Las Vegas or even at sea level, he's used to train in the altitude. It has been part of his training camp for a while now. And obviously for this time, he did it like for more than 2 months here with support of his team and a lot of teammates that he brought. Christian, you have 2 5-rounders, main and co-main event, 4 ranked fighters in the top 10 of their divisions. Do you think we're going to see at least one contender after the card on Saturday?
Yeah, sure. Alexandre Pantoja is going to be at the arena, so he's going to be looking. He's going to be watching Brandon Moreno and Brandon Royval's performance, and also the beef between Ilia Topuria and Yair Rodriguez. I think that Spain is going to be too alert.
Obviously, Ilia has been saying that he doesn't want to fight Yair, he doesn't want to fight Brian, but let's see if the winner of that fight can pull something big and call for Ilia's attention, because he's looking for an opponent. He's now the new champion of the 145. Thanks a lot, Chris. Looking forward for your work on this week.
Thank you, Carlos, for having me here.
Well, this Saturday, February 24th, the UFC is coming back to Mexico City.